Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. In today's video, we are back in Suhcceed's account here, checking out a couple of champions. Yesterday, we checked out Kyoku, who's going to be, or should at the time this is released, be the guaranteed champion from Sacred Shards. And when we tested her out, I honestly wasn't that impressed. I wasn't that impressed with her. She left me a bit underwhelmed. I'm nervous about seeing the comments when the video goes live, but I wasn't super impressed with her, to be honest. What we're looking at today, though, is a champion I've much higher hopes for, and that is TEUMESIA. She is a Void Legendary attack-based champion, Skinwalker's faction. She is a fox with a big flaming axe, and she does some really awesome stuff. So what does she do? Her A1, not too bad. Single target attack, 50% chance to place decreased defense for 2 turns, 100% chance to place decreased defense for 2 turns before attacking if the target's under HP burn. So obviously going to work when HP burn is on. That's a great move. It's going to up its own damage, which is fantastic. 100% chance, really nice. Her A2, this is the big thing though that really makes her shine. Cunning Chaos, books to a 3-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies, and when it's booked, 100% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 3 turns. She is a Void Legendary, right? She's Void, never weak hits, 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn debuff. Amazing. Also has a 100% chance to place stun for 1 turn on targets with 50% turn meter or more. Has a 100% chance of placing decreased speed for 3 turns on targets at less than 50% turn meter. So this is going to be absolutely incredible for basically nearly everywhere in the game, right? For Spider Dungeon, AoE HP burn with AoE stun potentially, really great. For Doom Tower Hard, progressing through waves, AoE stuns, the HP burns will do tons of damage with really high health pools of enemies in Doom Tower Hard. And for Hydra, AoE HP burn with potential AoE decreased speed as well for 3 turns on both of those is super nice. And there's no logic to it, but this does go through Poison Cloud. Who knows why, but it does. So we can put HP burn on through Poison Cloud. Her A3, Burning Regret, is a single target hit, 3-turn cooldown. Attacks 1 enemy, damage increases by 40% for each active HP burn debuff in the battle, up to 400%. So this should absolutely smack. This should do big damage. It also has a 75% chance, that's a 100% chance when booked, of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%, decreases it by an additional 15% for every active HP burn debuff in the battle. So again, in the Spider Dungeon, this should be a full turn meter depletion. And not only that, she has a passive as well. Whenever an ally receives a freeze debuff, 50% chance of replacing it with a HP burn debuff for 2 turns instead. This debuff cannot be blocked or removed, so that's a bit wonky. Can't remove it, but I suppose, replacing a freeze with a HP burn is probably overall a good thing. They won't miss their turn. And whenever any ally or enemy is under HP burn, this champion is immune to stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke, petrification. Again, an amazing move. So great for arena, actually. Also particularly good for Hydra, right? You put the burn out there and you can't be feared by the Head of Torment. You can't be provoked by the Head of Wrath. Very, very useful. Very useful because, the true fear Head of Torment does is unresistible, but she is just immune to it, which is fantastic. Nice thing to bring in for that Doom Tower Hard as well. Help you deal with those Torment waves, really good against Torment waves, all that sort of stuff. So she's doing some awesome stuff. How we built her out? We actually have her here in a Savage and a Speed set. Total stats, not too crazy though. 222 speed, so good speed. 256, solid accuracy. Probably would like to get this more up like 350 for Doom Tower Hard. And for Hydra, we can use auras to do that or increase accuracy, but something to be aware of. 4,200 attack, 100% crit rate, 203% crit damage. Now, my thoughts in terms of how to build her, we'll see her in action. We'll see how much damage she actually does here. I think that you could definitely build her to nuke. We'll see how hard she hits. She should hit pretty hard, so that's valuable. You can also build her a bit tankier, though. I think that's also good. Like 16k base HP is an okay starting point to work with. But we could build her reasonably tanky, not worry too much about her attack or crit damage. Maybe not even don't worry about Savage gear too much. And say, okay, she'll do decent damage, but we really want to bring her for debuffs or utility. Make her tankier so she can survive like Nightmare Hydra without having to be revived all the time. And that could really work, right? Crank her accuracy up higher, maybe keep the crit rate, but don't worry too much about pushing crit damage or Savage. Get her to like 40k HP, maybe a bit higher, 2.5k defense if possible, stuff like that. Maybe that could work too. In Masteries, we've gone into War Master. So, I mean, Helm Smasher synergizes better with Savage, but that's okay. And yeah, we've got fairly standard stuff like extended debuffs. If the 3-turn debuff HP burn wasn't enough, don't worry, we've got more. And yeah, fairly standard stuff going into the War Master here. So I think this build is pretty fine. I definitely think War Master is what I'll go with for her. And let's go jump into the Spider's Den. Let's go all the way up to stage 25. Oh my god, he can farm stage 25. Holy moly. He can farm. Let's see if this. Haven't actually tested this. Let's just dive right in. He can farm it in how many seconds? Oh my goodness. In 20 seconds? Let's see how this works. So Heartseeker on the boss. Cool. Here comes TEUMESIA. Boom. Look at that. Stuns everywhere. HP burns everywhere except for one place, and they last really long. Sacrificial Ritual. We have her come out again with the Cunning Chaos. Okay. The Heartseekers are slamming the boss. 30k there from her A1. Cool. Holy Sword from Septimus doesn't crit. 28 seconds. We were a bit slowed down. That was interesting. How does he have this setup? Let's check out the team setup right here. Cool. Pretty impressive, though. And very cheap. Obviously, Septimus is hard to get, but you could use like another Cold Heart would work just fine. We've got a slow Renegade with Sacrificial Ritual. Cold Hearts, both just doing Heartseeker. TEUMESIA is going to do Cunning Chaos. Let's actually have her... Let me try switch this up. And make sure you're looking at the video Suhcceed so you can change it back if you want to. Let's have her open with Cunning Chaos, but prioritize Burning Regret. So let's see how hard that smacks the boss when she goes for that. Because it should also give us turn meter depletion and just make it maybe more consistent. We shall see. Okay, so Heartseeker comes out. Here we go. TEUMESIA, boom, Burning Regret. Nice, all the stuns, all the burns. Big Holy Sword smack from Septimus. Okay, here she goes. Bam! I mean, 121k, and she's pushed the boss's turn meter back. That's not bad. Oh, I see. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's using her for the other stun. Okay, I see. So he actually wants her to go again just for the other stun. That's actually worth more. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I see what's happening. So there's a decreased defense as well. That's cool. So that did work, but it was slower. I see the reason. So we actually do want her to prioritize her A2 because it does another stun with this setup. That's cool. Cool. So we leave that on default. We just put this onto first choice. Let's run it one more time because it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Here we go. So yeah, we want her to do the stun, get reset, and stun again. And there's probably there could even be a fairly specific speed tune in here. I guess it also gives us the advantage if we've missed any HP burns. It just ensures that we do it. Actually, look at that. Some of the people, look at this over here. This Spiderling decreased speed and a stun. So its turn meter was lower. It was one of the Spiderlings that spawned in a bit later. It got decreased speed on the first time, so she came back around and stunned it the second time. And yeah, this actually works out better. So yeah, her A3, it does smack the boss pretty hard. It depletes his turn meter. That could be very useful in other setups. But for this particular team, I like what he's done. He has her just do the stun move twice because skipping the Spiderling animations is worth more. And the boss is dying just fine. 27 seconds that time. Very cool. So is she good for Spider? Oh, hell yes. She is like... I mean, Suhcceed is up there as well, of course. But TEUMESIA... I mean, can you complain about a 27-second Spider clear time? I don't think so. That's super good. Super good. Not just putting out the HP burns, but preventing their animations and speeding you up that way as well. That's pretty cool. Let's jump into some Doom Tower hard. Let's see her on like a random floor. Floor 69. Nice. Okay, so he does use her in the team. Ooh, I like this team. So what do we have going on with this team right here? Oh my god, floor 69. It took 69 turns. Surely this is a blessing upon our weekends. Surely this is a sign of things to come. What has he got? We got Duchess Little 2. Obviously very nice. I guess you probably want to set her first priority to... you know what? I'm not going to mess with his defaults. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? We've got Lydia. She's going to do her Siren's Wail. Herndig, he's opening up with Stasis Strike. You can check out their speeds and stuff here as well. Torment, he's doing his thing. The fun thing about Torment, he instantly activates this skill, his AoE attack, which can freeze whenever an enemy under freeze and HP burn debuffs takes damage from the HP burn. And guess what? TEUMESIA's coming in and she's doing that. So this is going to be this is absolutely insane. This is going to be a great team. One of the issues, honestly, with Seer teams, they're great. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're great. But, let me up the speed here. One of the big issues you run into, this is actually a tough wave with Seafies, is that Oh, she actually got a turn. Oh my god, look at that. We did not actually manage to land a CC on Sifi. One of the issues you run into, sorry, I was saying, is that sometimes you have to manual it, and it can really slow you down, right? It can really, really slow you down because it just doesn't line up with the waves. I think a team like this looks really good. They are going to get some revives off here. But hopefully we can lock them back down. But even with this sort of going wrong and Sifi getting block buffs out, we're still probably going to slam through these waves, no problem. Boom. TEUMESIA, immune to sleep. Sifi tries to sleep her. Yeah, no luck for you, Sifi. Sorry. TEUMESIA's in the house. HP burn is out there, and she's immune to all that CC, which is just super, super good. So she's coming in, slamming in. Ooh, 83,000 damage on that A3. And we didn't even have that many burns out. We'll see how hard it hits on the next wave. That's a big smack, though. That's a big smack. Boom, 16k in her A1. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let's see what happens on wave 2. Gonna lay that decreased defense. Bam! AoE stun. It smacks pretty hard. AoE stun. HP burn on everyone. Yeah, that is good. That feels really, really good. Oh man, it looks like Sifi might come back around to a move. So this is where you could actually bring in like an AoE freeze champion. Could also work pretty well here. I guess it doesn't super matter. Herndig does lots of damage, probably just blows up the waves, right? But seeing as we already have the decreased defense and weaken AoE from Lydia, we could just not bring in Herndig. We could bring someone to do a freeze to more consistently triggers Tormund's A1. So on really hard waves, that's something you could do. But like for this sort of difficulty of wave, it seems like we're just fine, doesn't it? It seems like we're pretty much just fine. We're slamming through. Man, just ripping through these Sifis. Here we go. Double Man-Eater, Sifi, Rotos. So this is where some lack of CC could be bad. 41k on the Rotos. Okay, we didn't get... again, we're not getting that CC on Sifi. So this is where, again, a freeze champion, a consistent freeze, can be really good. And that can start popping off the Tormund passive and stuff like that. That could be really nice. So this might actually go kind of badly, but we do have Duchess here as backup. No HP burns out because of the Sifi block debuffs. So TEUMESIA is in a bit of trouble. TEUMESIA goes down, but we should be able to pick her back up again, surely. Oh, I didn't set... Oh, it's because I haven't... she's not been set priority 1 to revive. That's why. Okay, that's fine. Right, we should be back on top of things now, though. Unfortunately, going on auto, Lydia is going to put the... try to block active skills and debuffs on someone else. So it'd be better to put that on Sifi. We could probably speed this up by actually targeting Sifi. Let's maybe do that. Try to stop her from doing stuff. Bad Sifi. No, bad Sifi. Okay, hopefully we will be on top of things right now. But yeah, this team is definitely nice, and obviously replacing Herndig, you'd lose out damage, you'd lose out speed, but that could give you even more control and just protect you from this sort of stuff. But yeah, we're easily slamming through. I mean, Doom Tower floor 69, it's not bad by any means. Yeah, I'm impressed with TEUMESIA. I'm excited to see what the sort of damage is going to be. Like, how does she compare to a Herndig? How does she compare to a Herndig that is also absolutely slamming? I'd imagine Herndig will surely have done more damage, but TEUMESIA is bringing us those stuns, which is also very useful. Took us 100 turns this time. Actually, look at that. Herndig, TEUMESIA, pretty much bang on. And again, in terms of gear, how is Herndig geared? Herndig, okay, he's not in Savage. He's in Broken Set. He doesn't have that much attack, but he has really high crit damage. So yeah, not terrible. I guess one of the issues they must run into on the higher waves is a lack of accuracy with this team. That's probably going to be part of the problem right there. But yeah, how much accuracy does Tormund have? Okay, Tormund has got plenty, so Tormund's good with the accuracy. Lifesteal set, okay. Huh, a bit random, but there you go. So yeah, not bad for Doom Tower. Now, the big place that I really want to see her, she's obviously amazing for Doom Tower, hard. She's obviously amazing for Spider. Let's take a look at her in Hydra. Let's take a look. So what teams have we been running here? We got some fun teams with her in. I'm not sure what the last team he was running was. I think he's running this sort of team right here. Let me build up a team and let's take it from there. Okay, so taking a look at like how we're building a team for hard, I was thinking something like this. Now, one of the issues we're going to run into for Hydra here is that Duchess is actually pretty good for Hydra. Again, I mentioned this in the other video, but we could easily drop her attack and up her HP, but she's super fast actually for a Duchess, and she's got tons of resistance. So she's going to be just fine. But when we look at the other champions, we don't really have any resistance on anyone else. So we're going to be in big danger of our buffs being stolen, and that might actually be a problem, right? With this block debuffs that we get from Duchess, that might kind of mess us up in a big way. So we'll see if we can make it work, right? If we can keep control block debuffs. I'm hoping that we will be able to with TEUMESIA, hopefully, because TEUMESIA can put HP burn on. And let me just see. Is she faster than Ugo? She is slightly faster than Ugo. So here's what I'm hoping is going to happen, right? We open up with our nukes and whatever at the start as normal. Everything gets cleansed. Then after the cleanse, I'm hoping TEUMESIA can step in, get a HP burnout through the poison cloud, and then Ugo can step in and get block buffs out right afterwards. We'll see if that works. So that could be something we might be worth speed tuning. We'll see. Like Royal Guard right here, he's very squishy, so he's probably just going to die. This ninja build is actually pretty good. So he's got 40k health, 2,500 defense. That's a pretty good start actually, right, to keeping ninja alive. I'd much rather have this and like lower attack than something like this on the Royal Guard for hard Hydra and above. Definitely for Nightmare Hydra, like this is going to be super squishy. Obviously, we're not there yet, but that's just something to be aware of in terms of, you know, building your champion's tank here can be valuable. Very much especially true as well of TEUMESIA. This is where we can easily step back on her damage and her crit damage and whatnot, and we can really just focus on her doing most of her damage through the HP burn, and then some nice incidental damage elsewhere. Sort of depends on the level of your gear. We just want to make sure that she can survive. So we could try this. We could bring in Syl. Will we just bring in Syl? Let's bring in Syl. And let's try it out with Syl, just as like a nice safe option here. Just giving us some extra healing. I don't want to start it on auto, actually. Let's be careful, and let's actually pay attention to what is happening. So, okay, we'll put on the block buffs and increase attack from Duchess. We get the decreased defense and weaken right there. That is cool. We don't want to... No, we don't want to... Actually, it doesn't really matter if we decrease his speed, does it? We didn't get it anyway. That's just fine. Okay, for TEUMESIA, we're going to chill at this point. In fact, let's try to get decreased defense on him with her A1. We did it. That's nice. Ugo, we're definitely going to be saving Ugo's A2 to go after TEUMESIA next time around. And we can just start laying out some damage here with Ninja. Nice chunk of damage. Ah, that is unfortunate. So, right there, TEUMESIA got her stuff stolen, and that might be a rip. That's probably gonna... Did her turn meter get stolen is the question. Did her turn meter get stolen? And she was provoked. And she did get her turn meter stolen. Okay, so that threw everything off. Let's try that again and see if it can work. So we'll start off the same way, but I mean, he can steal turn meter off basically everyone except TEUMESIA. I guess we also don't want it stolen off Ugo, do we? But we definitely don't want it stolen off TEUMESIA. Let's try to decrease his speed, you big jerk. And we didn't get him. Huh? Well, we can't have everything, huh? Yeah, I guess we save her A1. Let's just smack this guy. Bonk, 50k. Not bad. Gonna hold on to this. Smack him. Fine. All right. Ninja is gonna do his thing. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Lovely. Actually gets another turn. He's in Relentless. Lovely. Smack him. Sure, why not? And she's targeted TEUMESIA again. I guess that's just unlucky. Does this count as a buff? Is that what's going on? Is the Devour... Hang on. Does Devour count as a buff? Does she always get targeted by Mischief? Huh. That's funny. I've never done a strat quite like this before in my account. I usually do the block buffs early, so it doesn't matter what he steals. Let's try it with the Royal Guard. Let's see. I mean, this is going to be definitely a scary run. Need to be careful not to just wipe out here. Could be very possible. I guess Duchess should not die, but we could get overrun. Right, let's see this. So yeah, Royal Guard now has the buff. Oh man, testing is fun. Let's try to get decreased defense. We got it. Thank you, TEUMESIA. Awesome. We'll smack this. There we go. We're getting consistent advertising for Stu Gaming here as well. I'm sure he's delighted. Get the burnout. Royal Guard, come in with the slam. Nice big slam from Royal Guard. Yeah, he did get targeted. I think it is that. I think it's the buff. Now, this is the moment of truth. So at this point, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. Nothing happening here. He might actually have stolen too much turn meter. No, we're good. So here we go. Cunning Chaos from TEUMESIA places the HP burn through the poison cloud, and now we can go in and start doing stuff. Now, unfortunately, Ugo, bad affinity. She's not able to get the block buffs on these guys, which does, you know, start to throw this off somewhat. But hey, at least we can actually attack them, right? But how cool is that from TEUMESIA? And we have these 3 turns of block debuffs. Obviously, this one is slightly lower because he did his thing. But yeah, that is just such a fantastic ability. That is so, so good. Oh, yeah, she absolutely got clapped. We only have 2 HP burns out. She doesn't have increased attack. Let's see how hard she hits, right, though. I mean, 76k, it's something. It's not amazing. You can see it's going to be just really hard to keep Royal Guard alive. It's going to be really, really hard. We will try our best. Let's go for a little bit longer. Let's see her in a bit more action. We can get decreased defense at least on 2 of them. We'll take the increased speed, though. Yeah, look at Royal Guard's health just being chunked. Definitely not a tanky enough Royal Guard for this. But, hey, it's no harm to bring him in. Give him a little bit of a spin. He did his main job, which was tanking Head of Mischief on the initial run there. TEUMESIA comes in, trying to do her thing. I'm just a little bit worried of getting wiped with this many squishy champions. No resistance. So this is a huge issue. It's actually quite interesting to me from doing something. Yeah, we got to get out of here. So from doing some of this testing stuff, it's very, very interesting to me. It's so clear that without, you know, that good speed control and without, you know, resistance on our champions, that, yeah, we know that Duchess and Sifi are like god tier for Hydra, and Brogni's really good as well. But what's the problem with bringing Sifi or Duchess or Brogni into Hydra? Well, the problem that you run into, very simply, is they can just keep stealing your block debuffs and leaving you just up shit creek, basically. You're up shit creek. You're absolutely screwed. So, for example, with this team, I think what we could do, I did see on his account, he does have Mother Cybele. She's not built up yet. You guys know I love Mother Cybele, though. But Mother Cybele, actually, her accuracy is very low. Yeah, we could bring her in. Let's bring her in. YOLO. And then we could bring in, like, Sylve the Drakes. And let's see how this goes. So, like, mixing it up a bit. So we got the 2 damage dealers here. Again, the affinity on Ninja's not great. We can have some affinity issues. But with Mother Cybele, she obviously gets much tankier when she's leveled up and stuff. And she's probably not booked yet. No, not booked yet. That's okay. But giving us that decreased speed. We've got the increased speed here. And the important thing is that we're not bringing block debuffs. So we can't get royally screwed. Now, we don't have increased attack either. Which is going to lower our damage, but the HP burns are going to do most of it. So we're not going to take it, obviously, the full way through, but we'll take it part of the way through, and we'll sort of see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. So you can smack whoever you want. Smack him. There you go. We don't like him. Give him a punch. You smack him, or him either. That also works. Mother Cybele, she can just start laying out some A1s, and she doesn't have enough accuracy, unfortunately, but she's giving us the speed aura. That's slightly better. The main thing, though, is that, yeah, when he does steal our buffs, well, we're not going to have that block debuffs to get in our way. That's the main thing, that we can actually still function as a team. Because once he starts stealing block debuffs and he's going to be stealing all of our turn meter, we are in trouble. And now we go in and bam, much better. Now we've got block debuffs on multiple dudes. I'm feeling better. I can put the increased defense on right now. And this, to me, feels like a better start. Even one real nice thing there, you see that? Because TEUMESIA puts out 3 turns of HP burn, when this dude takes his extra turn and he knocks through 2 turns of them, not only does it proc the damage, obviously, twice, but it also comes in and... Who do we hit? This guy? Let's try to get escalation going. Cool. But yeah, it keeps HP burn on. That's kind of awesome, actually. It's going to be very difficult to actually hit him, so we won't worry about it too much. Try to get decreased speed there. Lovely. Yeah, sure, give him a smack. Why not? And yeah, we'll just sort of keep this one rolling. So hopefully this one should be better. We've got a few tankier champions, which is always nice. Let's try to get block debuffs on him. I didn't get it. That's a bummer. Right, we'll go in for a big hit. He's got HP. He's got poison cloud, so that's no good. Let's try smack this guy. See how hard she hits with 3 HP burns. Again, no increased attack, just hitting for 100k. It's a pretty big smack. If we did have a team that had increased attack, let's try to get decreased speed on him. No luck. If we did have increased attack, we might be able to do some different stuff with that, right? We might be able to do some different stuff. I'll throw out a heal at this point. Okay, here we go. like increase attack, her hitting a decapitated head, I do think she could do pretty good damage. You can see she's really getting ripped through right here. She has the heal reduction thing as well, which kind of sucks. Let's just shoot him. There we go. Okay, she's struggling here. Bonk. Go in for a bit of a smack. Can we hit Head of Mischief? It'd be great to get decreased speed on him. No luck quite yet. We could even swap health with Mother Cybele. That probably would have been the smart thing while he was not in the mood to be doing his move. So we have 2 turns yet. We can come in with a block debuffs once again. That's going to be fine. We do lose her right here, unfortunately. Going with the Cyan Slash. We'll go for the revive. So it looks like we're probably gonna be worn down here a little bit. Oh yeah, we're super gonna be worn down here. We're definitely struggling in terms of gearing. In fact, I think we should just leave to be safe here. Don't want to waste a key. So there's definitely, we've got the good champions here. We've got good champions to make a really good team for sure. For sure. It's just we're definitely lacking on some of the gearing. So obviously Mother Cybele's too squishy. She's fine. TEUMESIA's too squishy for this sort of content. Ninja, not bad, but could be better. You definitely saw TEUMESIA was like the first to flop. Ugo is pretty good. Syl, not bad. She's actually got tons of defense. But yeah, you can see some of the issue right there. When we're able to go faster and keep that Mask of Dread rolling, that's where stuff definitely gets safer. But TEUMESIA, honestly, I think for Hydra, she's pretty impressive. Again, I wouldn't go with this build. I think this build doesn't really do her favors. You'd want her probably going a bit faster. Make her a bit tankier, sacrifice some of that damage, sacrifice the Savage set, but yeah, like be able to go in there and just consistently put out that HP burn for 3 turns through Poison Cloud. That makes it so much easier. Like it's so much easier not to have to like go in with Syl and have to try land your decreased speed at the right time and worry about that, or a cleanse comes out at the wrong time, or you know, like you are relying on Ugo, but Ugo's bad affinity, so whoever your block buff champion is bad affinity, so he can't block all the poison clouds and it gets a pain in the butt. That sort of stuff. I think if we, what's our highest diff? Can we have Nightmare here? Not on this account. Okay, but if we go into Brutal to give you an idea, there's surely going to be TEUMESIA teams in here. Some of them, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Now here we go. Here's one. Okay, there's only one on Brutal, but this is sort of a TEUMESIA team you can see coming in. Now, obviously, this is like the best champs in the game for this, but that's part of why it's a top team, right? We've got the increased speed from Sifi. We've got Chris, who can tank it up as a resistance tank. He can tank Head of Mischief. Lady Kimmy decreasing their accuracy and their speed. Then TEUMESIA, you can see she's just in perception and speed here. We've got Royal Guards and reflex and speed. They're just slamming their max HP hits. She's putting on the HP burn to go through Poison Cloud and just doing probably good damage herself. And they're absolutely going to blast out the damage. But yeah, that's definitely part of it. I definitely recommend bringing up Mother Cybele, right? Mother Cybele, like we probably don't have Mashal on this team. He's doing increased speed and obviously really good damage. But, you know, like we have most of these champions here. Again, with this team, you'd have to watch out. Brogling with the block debuffs. This is a team that's going to have high resistance, that's going to be able, or at least with the speed, they're going to have control over Head of Mischief. This is not a team that's going to enable Head of Mischief to steal their buffs, right? They're going to be stopping that. If you can't stop it, you probably need to avoid some of these block debuff champions. It will probably be what I would recommend, generally speaking. Yeah, like this team is going to work pretty well, certainly for normal, absolutely going to smash through. We just have to be careful of block debuffs when it comes to hard difficulty. But yeah, there you go, guys. Quick little look at TEUMESIA. Just a quick look. But what do I think of her? Yeah, super impressed, actually. Super impressed. I really like this champ. I really like her. So she's flexible, right? She's flexible. We didn't get to see her A3 smack super hard today. I think it will do good damage. It really is, though. It's really all about that A2. It's one of the best moves in the game. What is there to say? 3-turn cooldown, AoE, 100% chance to stun with high turn meter, 100% to decrease speed for 3 turns, HP burn for 3 turns, 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance. That's so good. It's just so good. She is so good, and there's definitely flexibility in how you build her. But yeah, I mean, what was that, like 20-something second spider farm, smacking through the poison cloud in Hydra, doing great damage in Hydra, CC, and amazing damage for Doom Tower hard. Like, she really is an MVP. one of the better Void legendaries in the game. Like, she's so good. So there you go, guys. That's a look at TEUMESIA. One of my most wanted champions, and that's just sort of reinforced it. It's kind of funny doing these two videos. I did these two back to back. Kyoku just was not clicking with me, and then I go in with TEUMESIA, and I'm like, yep, nope, this champion I like. This champion I like. So there you go. That is TEUMESIA. Once again, a huge shout out to Suhcceed for letting me on the account. I really do appreciate it, for getting to take a look at this champion and see sort of what she's doing. But yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your 69s this weekend. Yeah, bye-bye.